welcome back, Love Nation. Like, share, and subscribe. Thank you to everybody that has been coming to my channel, leaving comments. Hit that like button, notification bell, and please share this video. So we're going to get into this very disturbing case, and this has to do with starting pitcher Trevor Bauer, who is on suspension, and his alleged victim is speaking. Trigger warning, I'm about to show her picture. It is very, very disturbing, the photo, because it's showing that she has many wounds on her neck, including she also has a blackened eye in this picture, which was blurred out, as well as stress around where her neck area is. Trevor Bauer was actually kind of cleared from one allegation, and now he has been accused of a second. This lady has been working with the NFL. I'm sorry, not the NFL, the MLB. And I'm just going to go into this horrific story. And this is from the Washington Post. The first time Trevor Bauer put his hands on me, I was unconscious, and it was not with my consent, said the woman from Columbus, Ohio. All she remembered afterward was waking up on his bathroom floor. Months later, she said, they were having relations. Then he was a minor league pitcher for the Cleveland's Major League Baseball franchise, when she again passed out with his hands around her neck. She said she awoke to a frantic Bauer explaining that she had been convulsing on their hotel room floor. As their years-long relationship continued, the woman said they agreed he would stop putting his hands on her before she passed out. But he frequently ignored her warning, she said. He also Will Smithed her without her consent and did bad things to her bottom while she was unconscious. Now, this is according to the new alleged victim. And her story is very similar to the first woman that spoke out, in which he originally got the first suspension for. And this is all breaking news, and I'm going to try to break down the information from this article, as well as his response to these current accusations. And the other part of this article says, in the interview with the Washington Post, the Columbus woman says she decided to share her story after Trevor Bauer denied similar allegations made by two other women and accused them of lying for potential financial gain. The Columbus woman asked not to be named, and the Post typically does not name alleged victims of DV unless they ask to be actually identified. Again, trigger warning, because this gets worse and worse. The Columbus woman shared photos and screenshots of text messages documenting that she did have a relationship with Bauer. One screenshot showed a text message bearing Bauer's name, in which he allegedly wrote, "I want to F you while you're completely unconscious." MLB suspended Bauer for 2 years this past Friday, the longest suspension in history of the major leagues, according to their DV policy. Trevor Bauer immediately proclaimed his innocence and vowed to appeal. MLB cited an extensive investigation, but did not disclose its findings because of policy terms of confidentiality, and said it will not issue any further statement. The Columbus woman and her lawyer, Joe Tacopina, I butchered that, I apologize, said she shared her allegations with MLB. She says she is willing to testify in arbitration hearing that will result from Bauer appealing. MLB declined to comment for this particular story. And again, all this is stemming from his current one. And like I said, this is very similar to the previous female that came forward. And these athletes at this point, in my opinion, are very, very out of pocket. I'm having a hard time believing that multiple women would come forward and say the same thing, the same things that he allegedly did to them, have all of this phone evidence concerning his behavior, and to say that all of this is false is a little bit ridiculous. It seems to be a very, very repeated pattern, and this is just my own opinion. However, I'm going to give him a chance to rebuke this because he did come out with a social media post, which I will be reading. And like I said, I don't think that this exonerates him in any kind of way. I'm just trying to put all the facts out there because people are saying that this new alleged victim that came forward is why he has the harshest suspension in the MLB. And I definitely want to hear you guys' comments concerning this. And I'm going to go ahead and read his social media posts just so you guys can see his response to this. So he's saying that I'm addressing a story from Washington Post. First, they opted not to include the full statement provided by my representatives. I wonder why. Here is the one they redacted. So, Mr. Bauer unequivocally denies the false and defamatory allegations made by the Washington Post. Throughout our interactions, Gus Roberts has continued to ignore and failed to thoroughly investigate any information contrary to his intended narrative. As it relates to the Columbus woman, we had a casual and wholly consensual relationship from 2013 to 18 that began during my time with AAA Columbus Clippers. We primarily saw each other in 13 or 14, and we met maybe once to twice per year after that until 2018. We met for relations the majority of the time we saw each other, primarily in 13 and early 14, and last in 2018. None of our meetings ever involved a single non-consensual thing, let alone anything illegal. In fact, she is the one who introduced me to putting my hands on her, both in our relationship and as consensual acts during relations. The incident she detailed to the Washington Post, and specifically the one that involved the non-consensual putting hands on each other, which she claims to have convulsed and woken up on a hotel floor, absolutely never ever occurred in any capacity. Additionally, at no point during our time or otherwise did I ever put my paws on her. Since 2019 alone, this woman has sent me over 139 explicit photos and videos in which she is self-performing various acts and with various objects, often saying things like "wish this was you," across hundreds of messages during this period. She also requested on numerous occasions the various acts which she now claims for the first time were problematic. For example, just F me in my bottom or put your hands on me, that's all I want. It will be fun, let's try it, and I want to film it. Given the explicit contents of these messages, I do not plan to share them in their whole entirety. And despite claiming to the Washington Post that she did not reach out to me after a fight in 2019, which involved her wanting to visit me for relations and asking me if she planned to stay the night or not because I wasn't sure if she had to work the next day, she took offense. This woman has continued to contact me through 2021 to share additional unsolicited photos, videos, small talk, wish me happy birthday multiple times, and even asked for personal favors. I have not responded to a single message since the non-existent fight. Following these messages with no response, the woman hired the lawyer who attempted to solicit financial settlement on October 19, 2021, in exchange for resolving her issue and not speak with MLB. I refused to be extorted and declined. Upon Gus Roberts reaching out with the usual fire drill deadline, my reps made him, his editor, and legal counsel aware of a wealth of information contrary to what was alleged, and again questioned his motivations and patterns of unethical conduct which he has exhibited since July. After spending 10 months looking into my personal life, he spent about 3.5 days looking into any contrary information that didn't align to his narrative he had already decided on. Since July, Gus has referenced me as being the Harvey Weinstein of baseball. And here is my response to this. Regardless if this was actually consensual or not, the whole thing, in my opinion, is sick, but to each his own. Also, if you're a person in a spotlight or not, it's just not a good thing to put your hands on a woman like this in any way, shape, form, or fashion. If Trevor Bauer felt like he was being extorted, he should have came forward before. Now, because of all the photos and graphic video, his reputation is forever tarnished. This is being looked into by the MLB, and people are saying that this is part of his suspension. Tell me what you guys think. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, be safe. Bye, guys.